Thanks for stopping by. Welcome to Screen Magazine. My name's Mike McNamara. Just enjoyed a wonderful, powerful, sophisticated drama. Just made its world premiere at the Sundance Film Festival. It's called Middle of Nowhere. I'm here with the talented, supremely talented writer-director, Ava DuVernay. Ava, welcome to Screen.
Mr. McNamara, it's a pleasure. Thank you.
Absolutely. You know, first, just tell me. I mean, you wrote it, you directed it. This is your baby.
This is my baby, and I feel like I just gave birth. I really, really do. That's the only thing that I can liken it to.
All the endorphins, all the adrenaline.
All running, except I don't have a husband there saying push, push. But
that's okay.
Hey, it's good. Who needs him? Right. Who needs him? But no, it's just a great night. You know, we just came from the premiere, an hour and a half ago,
Sure.
and just settling in that it's happened. You know, what you've worked for years and years, it's here.
Absolutely. Now, speaking of who needs that husband, let's talk about the story. That's a weird.
She really needs to be bigger.
Let's talk about the story of Ruby, who's kind of obviously your lead in Middle of Nowhere. Rather than me, I'll let you tell me kind of where she's at as we enter this story.
Yeah. Well, Ruby's a woman who's lost her husband to incarceration, and the film really explores her journey to keep the marriage alive while he's behind bars, and what happens to her in that process. So we never go further into the prison than she can go. We never go past the visiting room, which is, I think, unique for films that explore this subject matter. You're usually with the prisoner, you're usually with the inmate, but in this film we really stay with the loved one who has to really serve time along with their loved one. So yeah, it's unusual in that way, but it's really universal in the fact that it's just about kind of love as a choice and sticking with things when love's hard.
You know, what I loved about the film was just the scenes. You took your time with the scenes. You know what I mean? Like, many times you'll be in a two-person scene and it'll be like, just get to the point and move on. And you really it was more about the characters and the relationship, and you kind of got to see it evolve and see where it was going. It's also a brave move to let some of those scenes go a little longer and let them develop and take that risk. Talk about your approach to just letting those scenes really give them their due time.
Right. Well, you have to let a scene breathe. And you have to think about the narrative and be true to the narrative and the characters. And so you have a choice when you're in the editing room. You can say, I'm going to cut here because traditionally this would be the peak of the scene. But you know that that's not the heart of the scene. It's a few frames later when she walks away or when she gives that final look. So I just think we can't be afraid of going a little bit beyond. And I love films that push it a little bit in that way. And so we play with that, and I really like the end effect.
Guys, we're here with writer-director Ava DuVernay. Her wonderful, extremely sophisticated drama, Middle of Nowhere, just made its world premiere out here at Sundance. Now, you shot this in, 18, 19 days?
19 days, yeah.
In 19 days.
Yes.
When sometimes they talk about reverse engineering a script, like you're writing that, you know what your budget is, and then you're writing a script to match that budget. How much did that go in? Like, I've got to write a film that I can make on a smaller budget.
Well, this film was actually written in 2003. And the budget for the film was 7 times as much as what we eventually did it for. And so yeah, I did take a pass from that script to a low-budget version of it. But interestingly enough, when I looked at it as a writer and I really analyzed what are the things I wanted in, the stuff that cost money really didn't affect the heart of the story. Get rid of that chase, get rid of that skyscraper, and just focus on the faces and the story. And I think it works for it in the end. Someone was telling me that was familiar with the first script. They were glad that I didn't get the money to make it in the way that I was going to.
That
there was something that came out of the low budget. I think I agree.
Is there something about that, I don't know if desperation is the right word, but that urgency when you have a smaller, but we've got 19 days. We don't have 20. Anything we got to shoot on day 20 ain't getting shot. Like, how does that affect you as a filmmaker?
Absolutely. It's a great word. There's urgency and there's also intimacy in that. You know, it's very close, it's very charged, it's very abbreviated, and all of that is a stew that a lot of times that we've seen from the state of American independent cinema. You know, something comes out of that stew that's really urgent and amazing.
Ava, last question for you, because I was talking to your producer, Howard Barish, and he talked about how you two came together.
So weird.
And briefly, he said you came in and just said he's got to read this script, and your passion is what made him read that script. And I think there's a lot of filmmakers out there that think that that their passion won't do it, that you got to know a bunch of people and this and that. And so I would just like you to speak a little bit about how you, from what I can tell, really made your opportunity, and your passion is really what brought everything together.
Right. If you don't believe in your script, no one else will. If you can't passionately get someone on your side regarding your script, your story, your film, then you need to reevaluate it. There may be a lack of passion in the story for you. I mean, you should be able to get someone interested in what you're doing from a log line. And it's not from the words, it's from the look in your eye, it's from the passion, the fire. You have to want to make this movie at all costs. And if that's truly the case, it'll get made. This film started in 2003. It's 2012.
Yep.
It's a ridiculous amount of time. It's not a badge of honor. It sucks. But, you know, it was going to get done by hook or crook because it had to, because I was going to make it by sheer will. And if you feel that way, then your story will get done in its own time.
Ava, it's such an amazing film. I'm glad you took all the time that you did. I'm excited for the rest of the world to see it. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Mr. McNamara.
Guys, that was writer-director Ava DuVernay. Unbelievable film. Middle of Nowhere just made its world premiere here at Sundance. My name's Mike McNamara. Thanks for stopping by. Talk with you again soon.